Mikel Arteta spoke after his side crashed out of the Europa League on penalties last night to Sporting Lisbon. He was asked whether it was a blessing in disguise.
I cannot see it today that way. I don't know. You go through the competition, you win, it is magnificent. If it's not and affects your plans in the league, that's a different story. But we wanted to go through, and we put everything and the effort that the boys put. When it wasn't our best day, individual and collectively, the hunger and that desire that it showed to win, the way they were tracking back, it was incredible. They really wanted it, and today it didn't happen. So we need to put the head up and now look for Palace. Is what it is. It's 11 games. The first one starts on Sunday.
Right, now, the obvious question to you and Arsenal fans has to be, obviously, with any result in football, you have to look for the positives, right?
Yeah.
Are there any Arsenal fans out there that will be pleased they've crashed out so they can, and I quote, concentrate on the league?
Well, there's different ways of saying the word pleased, isn't there? I mean, they can't be jumping up. They would have been running around their living room celebrating.
No.
Oh, we're out. They wouldn't have done that.
No.
I think on reflection, when the dust settles, I think they'll probably say, do you know what? The Premier League is the bigger of the two trophies. And the question that was always being asked, this is even going back to September, October of last year, where people were saying, wait until the second round of the Europa League kicks in, wait until after the World Cup, wait until that squad starts to get put under pressure. And we all expected Arsenal to go through last night. I did. Tomiyasu come off injured. Saliba come off injured.
Yeah.
And they're now out.
Saliba's massive, by the way.
Yes, they both big, but Saliba is.
Yeah.
We don't know how long he's out. He's got a back injury by all accounts. I think once they reflect, Arsenal fans, once they sit down and just digest and say, do you know what? It's never nice. They haven't won a European trophy for 30 years, by the way.
That's
right? So they'll reflect and say, if there is a silver lining, now they can just concentrate on one trophy now. It's the Premier League. It's all or nothing.
Does it put the fact you've said all or nothing, is there more pressure on Arsenal now to win the Premier League because all their eggs are in one basket?
They should.
No, I know they should, but is there more pressure on them to do that? Because there is.
And if you ask Man City fans now, I reckon there's City fans that are thinking, God, only they'd stayed in there. So it gives them another game to concentrate, to train for, to prepare for. The injuries they picked up last night.
And the extra 30 minutes of football.
There's another thing as well. So Crystal Palace will be the beneficiaries of that, you would have thought, with the weekend. But I think Arsenal still win it. And I think, actually, when they reflect on this season, this might be the game they go, do you know what, had we gone through, and there's another 2 games, if they get to the final, there's that to... It's always a good thing when you go deep in competitions. But Arsenal this year, the squad has shown that it can deal with things with Jesus. Partey's been out as well. Now the pressure really does start to mount. Saliba out. 1 or 2 others might. He had to come off as well, Jesus, at half time.
Let's go to the phone lines, 03717 223344. Mick is an Arsenal fan. Hello, Michael.
Hi, Mick.
Good afternoon, Andy.
Hello, mate.
Good afternoon, Jason.
Afternoon,
yeah,
Mick.
I'm just talking. We're never going to fall off a cliff, Andy.
We fell off one last night.
No, I'm gutted we lost last night. I think he made a few mistakes. I don't think he really should have started with Jesus and took him off, and then he didn't start with Odegaard and brought him on. I don't think he was really convinced what he wanted to do, but we will win the league. We will win the league, 100%.
We can't say
waxing lyrical about Arsenal is lovely.
You can't say 100%, can you?
100%. 100%.
5 points.
Never, do you know what, Mick? Here's the word. Never go 100%. Always leave yourself a bit of a get out. Go 99, and then you can always say to someone, yeah, but I gave you that 1%, which is always your get out of jail free card.
I'm convinced, Jason.
I know, but never do it. Even if you're convinced, never do it.
100%.
Mick, because you're 100%.
Never go 100%.
And that means there's no way they won't. If you don't, will you wear a Spurs shirt and kiss a badge?
No, of course you will, because 100%.
That's what I'm saying.
100%, of course you will.
Yeah, I will, 100%.
100%, Nick. We had 100%.
I'll give you a free taxi ride from London Bridge to wherever you want. 100%.
Right, I'm going to go to Spain.
Yeah, I'll come with him.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'll take you to Luton Airport.
You said anywhere, Mick.
Great show anyway.
Thanks, Mick.
But we will win the league. Yeah. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, man. 100%. There's only 5 points between them and City, level on games, both 11 left.
Here's some advice. Whenever you have this conversation, never, ever, ever, always go 99.9%.
What percentage, seriously, would you say Arsenal are? I mean, they're favourites, obviously. Yeah. I wouldn't go anywhere near 100.
No, you don't.
If someone said what percent, I would say 70%.
70 to 75%. I'm going to give Arsenal.
You've got Man
They're
City
in the box
chasing
seat.
you.
They're in the box seat. Yeah.
And they've got to play. I think they've got to play you. They've got to play Man City. They've got to play Liverpool and Newcastle.
Yeah, and there's a number of teams actually that got to play both. There's a few teams who are going to have a say in this title road. But is advice to everyone, never ever go 100%, never.
I agree. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. An Arsenal fan by the name of, is it Liban or Liban?
Liban.
How are you, Liban?
I'm doing good. Nice to speak to you guys.
And you too as well. You're an Arsenal fan. Put into percentage terms how sure you are that you're going to win the league.
I've been saying for a long time, it's about 30%, 40%. Our away games are way too difficult for us to be favourites for this title. Way too difficult.
30?
I think Man City are very strong towards the end of the season. I don't think they've ever, in the last 5-6 years, had a season where they've finished slowly. They've always finished pretty strong. And in terms of last night, I think Arteta was really naive. I think keeping momentum going, starting with your strongest 11, especially after that comfortable Fulham win, was the way to go. He brought on Partey and Saka, I believe, quite late on, and he's done that a couple of times this season. And every time they've come on, they really haven't affected the game as well as they could have if they started the game. So I don't know why he didn't know. And a very key note that I wanted to point out was that Arteta seemed a lot less animated last night, almost as if he was indifferent to the result.
Are you gutted you're out?
Oh, I'm gutted, yeah. I'm only because, obviously, I wanted to beat United in the final, but I think the silver lining now is that we don't play Sundays, which I think is
we talked about that.
Key when you're kind of playing against City. You don't want them to win first, and then you're chasing every single week, if that makes sense.
That's right.
But if we are a Champions League team next year, we can't have this mentality where we're just throwing away European games. And we've done this for so many years now.
Thanks, Liban, for that. It's going to be an interesting finish. I think it's never ever plain sailing for any club.
No, of course it's
10
not.
games to go.
Especially got City breathing down your neck. But I've not seen from City this season, I've not seen enough to convince me that if Arsenal do slip up, and there have been occasions where Arsenal have, City have not really taken advantage. They're dropping points away at Forest.
I know, but if Man City
absolute...
went on a run now and won the last 11 games, you wouldn't be stunned, would you? Because they've got that in their locker.
The most they've won this season, back to back, is 3. That's all they've done.
Is it really?
That's all
in
they've done.
The league?
In the league.
Is it really?
That's all they've done.
It's a good stat. Where'd you get that from? Is that on the telly at the moment?
I made
it's
that.
Not like you to be.
No, I didn't. It's 3 games. That's the most they've won. They can actually equal it if they beat Liverpool when they come back from the international break.
Yeah.
They can better it. So they've done 3 already. It's the most they've done. They've equalled them. Their most impressive. But if they do get to 4, then you think maybe they're starting to turn the screw.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.